Hey, thanks for tuning in to Chatters from the Treetop. Today you're here with the hosts, Cheeks. They call me Cheeks because I got really big cheeks and I store a lot of nuts in my cheeks for the winter time, and it's like that because of my birth defect. I'm Sparks. They call me that because one time I was on a power line and then I wasn't.
And I'm Squeaks, and they call me Squeaks because one time I saw a duck.
So did y'all see anything cool today?
I saw a balloon in the sky for a little.
Oh, neat. Was it, did one of the humans drop that? They did, well, I guess not drop it. I mean, kind of let it go.
I don't know, it was kind of, it had like a ribbon on it, and then it kind of started to go.
Oh, weird. What color was it?
Oh, black and gray.
Right, yeah, we're colorblind. Forgot about that.
Duh.
What about you, Cheeks? You see anything cool? Not today, but last night, I was looking out of the hole in my tree. Yeah. You know how it overlooks... Sorry, fleas. You know how it overlooks the road? Yeah. Yeah, so, I saw Chuck, and, Oh, Chuck! Yeah, we like Chuck!
Yeah,
Chuck's dead. Chuck's dead.
I kind of,
What? Yeah, Chuck's dead. I saw him get hit by a broomer.
I thought we were going to have something.
Yeah, well, no, he's
Are
dead.
you sure he's not playing? He's a prankster.
Yeah, unless he figured out how to make his, insides outsides.
It wouldn't surprise me.
No, Chuck's dead. Yeah, and then crows got him too. Oh, so, wow. That was later today, or earlier today.
Wow. Crows are bad. I don't like flatbacks.
I don't like those either.
Yeah,
those birds are pretty vicious. Yeah. But he did have his mouth full with a bunch of acorns.
Ooh. Oh no. Did you get?
Well, yeah, of course I got him. Like, you don't waste a good acorn. But yeah, he's crossing at night, and he didn't move out of the way with those when the vroom vroomer came. It smashed him pretty good. Well, he was on the stripies, right? You're safe on the stripies. That's what I thought too, but no, the stripies didn't save him. Oh no.
But it's the law. You're safe on the stripey.
Yeah, those vroomers are vicious though. Wow. Poor Chud. Yeah. Wow. I'm gonna miss him.
At least he got his acorns.
Well, at least we can still hang out with Dave sometimes. Yeah. About Dave. Oh no. Yeah, me and Squeaks were at the acorn tree. Yeah. And we were gathering acorns, obviously. Right. That's what you do at the acorn tree. And you got a bunch, and everyone's having fun.
Yeah.
And Dave had a bunch in his mouth. Yeah. And then we heard a barker, and he barked, and Dave panicked and choked on the top of an acorn. Oh. He's dead.
He deserves it for being a lame-o.
Yeah, it's pretty lame to choke on just the top of an acorn.
I'm kind of embarrassed to know him.
Yeah. That is sad. And but I took his body into my tree in case I need it. Okay.
Is he soft?
He's pretty soft.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. So, because you never know when you need...
His tail was nice.
You never know when you're going to need something like that. Well, that's fair. That's fair. All right.
Can you see that?
You're listening to Whispers from the Attic, the only podcast brought to you by crippling anxiety and caffeine dependence.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Whispers from the Attic.
I liked your pause.
Thank you. I'm Will.
I'm Jared.
And I guess I'm Georgia.
And unlike Donald Trump on a treadmill, this podcast is going places. We have 39 views on YouTube.
Hell
as
yeah.
of right now. 1 subscriber.
What? That's right.
Without any advertisement so far. I'm going to do that I guess this weekend's over now, but I'll do it Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm off tomorrow, but I
love you guys,
things
but
to do.
I'm the subscriber.
No, we have
another one.
This is outside
yay!
of.
So,
I'm so happy.
This is a big deal for us.
Is it your mom?
No. I don't know. I just randomly started doing a foreign voice for
I don't know
where that
like
came
vaguely foreign for no
Don't you
reason.
know?
That's just how excited I am.
Oh, are we doing regional dialects?
I guess.
Well, in that case, I'm from Boston, you guys.
Y'all think
God,
it's
that is
funny?
bad.
The
Boston.
I know.
Me doing an American accent is a foreign accent for me.
That's
Hey.
true.
Bam!
Don't play your silly loopholes here.
I'll loop your hole.
Yeah, man.
That sounds gross.
That
I
does
won't loop a
sound-
hole.
The main hole, and it's open
No.
for business.
Oh, no. If you get that reference
So,
and put it in a comment, you won't get anything but our affection.
Yep, but
I'll personally find you on Facebook and send you a thank you
So-
message for listening to the show if you comment what show I just quoted.
exactly.
With no dick pics.
Yep, there
Yeah,
we
no,
go.
please no dick pics.
Exactly. No.
I meant from us, but
Right.
you,
Well,
you
either no dick
Yeah.
pics going either way.
Just
That's what she
how
said.
about we avoid the whole dick pics subject altogether? You know.
Alrighty, continue.
But anyway, so we had a new guy start at my work.
Oh, cool.
Right.
Gross.
And he worked one shift. And I think it's because I scared him off.
Oh, yes.
So, like, he was just like your typical Tennessee redneck motherfucker, right?
Hell yeah.
Right.
And, like, he told me this shit, and it's something I hear from fucking white people, hashtag fuck white people, all the
Agreed,
time.
You white
Like,
man.
I hear about it all the time, and it's always the same shit. And they think that they're being, like, original, and they're not.
Okay.
Okay, so I guarantee everybody here has heard this. Maybe not this particular one, but I can give an example. It's similar. So he just, like, for some reason came up to me, and he was like, yeah, my, what?
Go ahead.
Oh, my, damn it, threw me off.
Yeah,
I have
Jared.
ADD like a motherfucker. Jared's just making hand signals and shit.
Oh, I was just pointing out.
Yeah,
was-
Jared,
I was-
next time use a smoke signal.
Right.
You white ass.
Fucking A.
But anyway, so this dude, like, we're just talking. Like, I'm trying to get to know the guy since I'm going to be working with him some.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also training him. And, like, he just randomly goes, like, yeah, my, I think it was, like, his aunt or something is a teacher, right? And he's like, she had a student named Shathid, which spells shithead. I'm like, really? Because I've heard that from, like, 7 people before. So you're telling me, and I've never met a shithead. Never met one.
Never.
But I've heard from so many white people that exist. Just like another person, like I've heard this so many times. Somebody's a teacher somewhere. Somebody knows a teacher somewhere, and they have a black student named Orangelo, and they always seem to have a fucking sister named Lamangelo, and it's always spelled lemon jello and orange jello. And I've heard that several fucking
It's not
times
Yeah,
from
real.
different
and that's
people.
such
Exactly.
a racist, like...
It's like one of those things where like they're just like it's definitely racist.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, it comes from, like, I don't know, just people are, like, thinking it's not racist for some reason, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they think they're being clever.
Yeah, but it's always like, oh, yeah, my mom's friend's a teacher, and she had... So either everybody knows the same fucking teacher, which they
There are
don't.
only 6 in America.
Yeah.
It's that American myth. I have a friend of my cousin.
Right, it's just so fucked up, but I kind of went off on the guy, and then he didn't show up the next day.
Good. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I don't like racist.
Yeah, we don't tolerate that shit.
So, speaking of work and names,
Work
this is
and
legit.
names.
Yeah, work and names.
That transition, though.
Yeah.
Shut up. So I get
Mastercraft.
you guys suck dick. Anyways,
Oh.
oh no,
I love that we both went there.
you guys hate me.
We like eye contact. We were both like, what?
Yeah, we made eye contact, too, which was a little
No,
creepy
that's
about
gross.
it.
Yeah.
We both were just like...
Don't. That turn was way too sexual.
That's how it was, though.
That's
That's exactly what it was.
Okay, Jamie and Cersei, calm down now.
Who's Cersei? Which one?
Me.
Wait, who's older? Cersei. I'm older. Cersei was older.
Yeah,
so I'm
but yeah,
Cersei.
but you're more of a golden hand, kind of
That's
semi-useless.
That's
He's
true.
more of the daddy issues.
Like, yeah.
No, that's
Do,
fair.
do you want a stump job?
Oh, y'all, I'm trying
I'll
to.
just rub you with my stump.
Stump.
You guys are disgusting.
Or just a stump in the rump.
Stump in the rump. Stump in the rump.
And cut.
And that was this week's episode, everybody.
Thank you
Can I fucking tell my story?
Yeah.
Apparently not.
So, working names.
Work
So,
and names.
Work and names. So I get a lot of shitty students with shitty names.
Mhm.
Like a lot of people, like I've memorized one kid's ID number and his name is Frederick Butts. But, you know. Anyways, this kid's name
We're going to have to bleep that.
was...
Yeah. We can keep the last name.
That's why you don't have your clearance.
Yeah.
Oh,
So anyways, this kid's first name was spelt Forshore. For sure.
Okay, good, because I
For
can't
sure.
spell.
Yeah, no.
For
You know what?
For
sure.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
As in beach shore.
for sure. All right.
Yeah, but he, yeah, for sure. But he pronounced it like Fouché or something.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like, nah, dude, your name's for sure.
Mhm.
It was really embarrassing.
Well, did he sound white?
I didn't talk to him. I
Oh,
just,
okay, because
saw
white people
his
always
thing.
have...
I have a
White people
coworker
have weird fucking names.
whose name is Shy. And he's a really cool dude. I like Shy a lot. He and I switched shifts. I worked his shift today, and he's working my shift
is it
tomorrow.
spelled Shay?
No, it's spelled Shii.
Hmm.
I never would have thought to pronounce it
Me
like
either. As soon as I saw it written
How'd
the
you
first time, I
pronounce
was
it?
like,
She?
she.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I met him, and I was like, what up,
Shay? And he's like, it's Shy. And I was like, oh,
I
was way off.
I went to school with a guy named Jai, Jai, and he was white as hell. This was back in Australia too,
Right.
so it was even weirder.
Huh. Yeah, like I don't like the names our generation of white people is naming their children, like fucking Blake Kinley. And it's like got like 6 Q's and 3 X's in it.
Carolyn spelled KaralynNanQ.
This kid
That's fucking
calls
ridiculous.
all the time, and his name is Alexander, ALEXZANDER.
That's an unnecessary Z.
Exactly. Why
My
the
middle
fuck
name is
did you add it?
Alexander, and the Z is useless.
Exactly. The X makes the Z sound. You don't spell, like.
Xena Warrior Princess.
Xylophone.
That too.
Xenophobe.
Yeah, you don't spell Bastardictiosaur with a B. You spell it with the M.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
I'm guessing that's a dinosaur.
It is a dinosaur, Bastardictiosaur. It's
What's it look like?
MB. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you might know since you knew the name.
No, I know it was a reference from a movie or from a TV show. If you can name that one, I will send you a high five and track you down.
What's the amygdala?
A what?
Amygdala? Isn't that part of your brain or some shit?
I think so.
No, that's
Amygdala. That's the medulla oblongata.
Yeah. I was thinking of Fry holding the
Amygdala.
little knife when he's in his
Right,
brain.
yeah.
The medulla oblongata.
The amygdala is also part of the brain.
Yay!
Damn it!
Look
It's
at
the
me.
almond-shaped set of neurons located deep in
Guys,
the
I'm
brain's
smart.
medial temporal lobe. It has been shown to play a key role in the processing of emotions.
No wonder you know so much
Is
about
fat
it.
an emotion?
Because
Because I feel
makes
fat.
you sad.
I always feel fat.
I'm glad I didn't Google it because I still would have said it wasn't from the brain. Jesus Christ, I'm so
Can you
mad.
live without the amygdala?
Probably.
Humans, like animals, behave
Yeah, it's just
fearlessly
emotions.
without it. Patient SM, because of a rare...
I
Huh.
bet
There's a patient who didn't have an amygdala, just had an empty spot.
Yeah.
weird.
They found that she, like monkeys, had no fear of creatures like snakes and spiders, which ordinarily alarm most people.
She used 100% of her brain.
I bet you.
I fucking
she
hate
was-
that so
I
much.
know,
That's
because
some
you
bullshit.
do use 100%
Yeah.
of your brain.
It's just
If you
that
use
you're an
10%,
idiot.
Yes.
if you use 10%, you're just drooling on yourself.
Yeah, you're
100%.
dead. You're a vegetable on a machine.
I
That's-
bet you she was a psychopath.
Probably.
Probably.
Can't feel emotion. It's probably
Yeah.
Dexter style shit.
So there's
Dexter
a
64
rare
shit.
condition called lipoid proteinosis, which is parts of the brain don't form.
Huh. Have you heard of that thing? It's like it's commonly known as the warrior gene. And it's like a gene that you have. It's very, very recessive. But apparently they found it in, quite a few serial killers. And it's supposed to, increase your reactions and make you more susceptible to violence. It all sounds like a lot of BS, but a part of me is like, do I have the warrior gene? Because, the second you hear that shit, you're like, am I a
And everybody
serial
wants to
killer?
kill people.
Oh, yeah.
Secretly.
And this is,
I don't.
giving you the
I kinda
excuse.
do.
I mean, everybody wants a taste. They
Yeah.
may not continue to eat it.
They
but
might not want the whole thing, but
Yeah.
they want
they
to
want a
bite.
sampling size.
Good.
Because you've killed people already. Look at
Bum,
that
bum,
face. He
That's a guilty
knows.
fucking face.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I don't want to kill anybody, but there are definitely people I want to beat the shit out of.
Oh,
No.
now
See, here's the thing.
I love fighting. I enjoy a good fight.
Here's my thing.
I remember one
I
time.
would be way more violent of a person if it was without any fucking risk of getting in trouble.
So we're talking
But
Purge Planet?
I fear the man. I fear the man. I don't want to go to jail because I'm too pretty.
You spineless sheeple.
I'd be
No,
a
yeah.
bear in jail. Like
yeah,
they'd just be like,
with
"Come
your
here, bear."
One big cheek. Oh,
Exactly.
Yeah.
They'd
They
They
make
make-
fit in that
yeah.
cheek.
you bet
So-
you can fit a lot in that
So,
little
like,
cheek.
for Purge, if, the day, Purge Day happened,
Mhm.
I would definitely go shopping, for real. But
Yeah,
I know, but I would also go into museums and touch things.
That's something I always found weird about those movies is everybody just goes straight for the killing.
Nah, hell.
I would do
so-
other things too.
I'd be getting a big-ass TV.
Yeah.
So, I have a very different idea for my purge experience.
You could get a new car.
Dude, you
And you
could.
would never
And
have to
it'd be
make a
legal.
car payment.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Could you steal a house that way?
Probably.
No,
I feel like it'd be
No,
complicated.
because after the purge is over, they can
Everything-
just...
Yeah, but
you
you
go
could
back.
sign
it's
it.
gotta be something
like
you
a
can...
deed or something.
I mean, like, if you, like, held the person whose house it is hostage, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking kill you if you don't sign the house over to me, you
Yeah,
can do that.
I'd do that.
That's legal.
They
But
could
then
have
you
a
always
nice
run the risk of
fucking
them coming
house.
back the next purge to take it
Oh,
back.
shit!
Right.
Yeah, but you got a whole year to prepare.
So once they sign it over, you might as well just kill them.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
then you have the
Right.
house.
Yeah, you know.
So mine is a very different experience altogether.
What's up?
I
What
would
you
go
got?
to the bank, and I would just take money, and then I'd go to another bank, and I would just take money, and then I would go to a different bank, and I would just take
Yeah,
money.
but if you're taking money and I'm getting things, we don't have to spend that money that you stole.
We do the rest of the year. We still have bills to pay all
Here's,
Yeah,
year.
I know.
Here's the thing, though. You could save yourself the trouble, wait for somebody else to steal the money, and then just take it from them.
Nope,
Because
because everyone else
it's
is
gonna
already
be-
out looting and stealing.
It's going to be a
Or
pain in the
looting and
ass to
killing.
try to get it from a bank who knows that a purge happens. They're going to have thick-ass safe walls, man.
Dude, yeah. Do you think they prepared? They never show any of this. in the
I
purge.
guarantee they prepare.
I would.
If they're,
According to the movies, the stores do not, because you see them breaking windows.
So wait,
that's
do
the
they
poor
all
stores,
have like?
though.
Do
That's
they
the poor
all have
neighborhood
like
stores.
crazy purge insurance?
Probably.
Probably.
I would buy purge insurance because, like, if I died during a purge,
That's what
I
I'd
would
sell
want
all
my-
year.
oh, dude, you'd make so much money.
Purge insurance.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
and
no,
you-
but the risk is real high.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have to start rich.
Mm-hmm.
So the first purge year, you steal all the money, then you make a purge insurance.
Yeah, y'all were shitting on my idea a minute ago.
No, I'm
Y'all
just
didn't
saying.
even let me finish my idea. Y'all just started shitting on it from the bank robbery.
Okay, Mr. Genius, I'm just saying that while you're doing that, I could be getting our stuff.
That's fine, but we still have bills to pay all year.
That's fine. I'm just saying
So-
we could live in comfort.
So you go steal all the money you can
Mhm.
from anywhere you can,
Right.
and you hoard it. You just
Bury it in the
quietly
backyard.
stick it away. And then what you do is you go start doing community programs. Because you still have a year that you have to then have a community to live in.
Yeah.
Every time you go build a homeless shelter, you go build a homeless camp somewhere overnight. Go throw up a tent city under the bridge on 5th Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nobody ever talks about the after effects of purge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I think that Rick and Morty planet did well, because they were a farming community.
Right. It was
Yeah.
a very rural farming, like
Yeah.
pre-industrial society.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be kind of cool. And like, I'd play it like a live. Well, I guess it's basically Grand Theft Auto. Never mind. I was gonna say like an open world, like World of Warcraft style, but purge. But it ended up being like Grand Theft Auto
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah,
Like-
it'd just be
like-
GTA Online.
Yeah.
Like Vice City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it would be.
Or
Yeah.
like Saints Row.
Right. Yeah. Probably more
but
Saints Row.
was pretty
Or
shit.
Just Cause.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Any of the above.
Speaking of video games, if you had to have a video game soundtrack be your theme song, what would it be?
Ooh, are we talking battle music or ambient music?
Let's do one of each, probably.
That's a good idea.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm fucking ready.
all
I've
right.
been prepared
Okay,
for this
yeah.
day.
You
Every
go
time I
first.
hear this in the shower,
You
I
go
know it's
first. I
time
need-
to like gear up.
I need a little bit of time.
I already have mine because I use it to get ready.
Yeah, okay, so this is my fight music. Do we all want to do fight music and then do...
Yeah.
It's just whatever order you want.
Yeah, I want to do my fight music first. So mine is basic as fuck. But, you know, let me grab it. So mine is from Halo 2, the best Halo of all. And it is Blow Me Away, Breaking Benjamin. I just could totally imagine, like,
This
me...
is the ambient one?
No, this is the fight music
Fight
one.
music?
It picks up. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, I know. I remember Halo 2.
Yeah.
That show's the bomb.
Yeah, like just breaking out dual fist swords and just that's me.
Man. I used to get so pissed when people would walk around with a fucking shotgun.
Yes,
Dude.
oh my god.
Because I like the Needler. I
I
don't know
love
why.
it.
I love the Needler.
I love
But it
I
had
love the
that
Needlers.
1 second delay,
Yeah.
and they'd get you with that shotgun, and then
up a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way they can hear it.
I just
We'll
don't
just play
know
it the
how
whole time
up
you're
we
talking
are.
until you go to the next one.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so why this one? Like, what about this? Is,
Well, Halo 2 was just my favorite Halo, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I played that more than anything else. And like, even though it's a Halo song, I always imagine me and my friends, like, cause you know this is how you imagine like you're in a music video and stuff. I'm not the only person who does that, right?
Yeah, I do it.
Okay,
I
yeah.
do it.
So it's me and my friends. We are like switching in the music video between playing our WoW characters back from when I used to play, and then to us cosplaying them. And it kind of flows really well. Yeah, that was just something
I'll take that.
I would love to cosplay as my WoW character. My Shadow Priest. She was dope as hell.
Word. I've always had a similar thing with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That makes me
I've
feel
always
so much
wanted
better.
to do a group cosplay where we literally, like, one of us has one of those little clip-on Bluetooth speakers tucked somewhere.
Yeah.
And we just play my song, Walking into Fanboy or something.
Nice.
Just all of us, hoods up.
Are we all just different assassins?
Yeah.
I want to be Ezio.
No,
Okay.
I wanted to be Ezio. You bitch.
I want to be Edward Kingler.
Of course you do.
Man.
You son of a bitch.
I'll be Altair. That's fun.
Altair was cool.
He was. He's the only one I've actually played, personally.
It bugged me because he was the one who couldn't swim, right?
Yeah.
That fucking bugged me.
Ezio couldn't swim
it
either.
makes sense. Ezio couldn't?
Oh no, yeah, he could. Yeah, he could. That's right, because
So-
he could swim across the canal.
Yeah.
That's right.
All I know is that when I was a kid and I used to play, I loved the whole, dive thing that they do in
Oh,
Assassin's
yeah.
Creed.
Oh, the
Yeah, but
leap of faith.
yes.
Yeah.
But I was so bad at it, I would always die. So that's why I was a cautious child.
That'd be me if I was a real assassin.
Yeah.
I'd be like, leap of faith. Oh fuck.
Whoops.
One time I landed on my horse. It was not good. It was the worst. I think I cried a lot that day.
Yeah.
I was really young.
That's gotta be traumatic.
It is.
That's the most amazing thing. It's a good pick though on your battle
Yeah.
music.
Jared,
For
what's
sure.
your battle music?
So my battle music is actually from Assassin's Creed
Ooh, I wonder why.
because it's my favorite game.
I said I was kidding.
It's a track from the soundtrack called Under the Black Flag. And I've always loved this style music. And pirates have always fascinated me, and I've always wanted to be one.
Pirates for me too.
I love this one. You get ready to this one. I really do like this one.
Yeah. And she's not kidding. I take showers to this song. I get
Yeah.
dressed to this song. Like, this is...
You know how I know? Because when you're playing it on the Google Play, my phone pulls up the Spotify.
Yeah.
And so one day I was just like, fine, fuck it, I'll listen to it. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, no. I love like just the sound of pirate type music. I fucking love it.
Like the
Yeah,
Pirates of the
it's-
Caribbean soundtrack.
Yeah.
I
It's that
admit, that's beautiful.
Caribbean-esque...
Mhm.
Yeah. And I just really enjoy it. It's been the entire Assassin's Creed franchise has been one that has always really connected with me. Obviously.
So this is your fight.
Yeah.
What do you imagine?
So I just imagine me and the Brotherhood, like literally, like rolling up in our ship, hitting land, hoods up, dropping over the edge, and as we hit the beach, this starts. Those hidden blades come out.
Oh, that's just the peanuts.
Those
Yeah.
hidden blades come out, and we slip into the bushes and the tree line, and just start taking out. You just start seeing bodies.
Hell yes. That sounds dope as hell.
Definitely.
Yeah,
That is dope.
like
Fucking awesome.
yeah.
This is really good.
I agree.
Yeah, I like it. You can really tell the transition from me picturing the way you're describing it, being on the ocean and then hitting
Hitting
the
the
sand
land,
and being
yeah.
like,
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
feel it in the music. Those
really can.
those undertones of the percussion instruments. Like now, obviously, you've done your deal. You've gotten
you're
in and out.
sailing away.
This is the all right. Push, shove. That was the push off and get out. And now you're back sailing,
Right.
counting
victorious,
your riches.
Yeah.
Right.
basking in the victory.
I like it.
I've always
Yeah, Assassin's Creed always has like really
And
good
this is-
soundtracks too.
Now you've got the survivors of
Chase,
Chase
yeah.
are in
Yep.
pursuit.
Yep. Yeah, you can definitely feel that.
You can, yeah. I've always liked this soundtrack in particular because you can feel the swells of what's happening. So that's my fight music.
I like it. Will, what's yours?
Mine's actually somewhat similar, except it's a lot more cartoony.
Okay.
Because it's from an early Nintendo game.
Ooh, okay.
If it's Mario Kart, I will
It's
kill
not
you.
Mario Kart. It's not Mario Kart. It is.
It's a Zelda song.
No. It's Gangplank Galleon.
Yes.
I fucking love this song. It's from Donkey Kong Country.
Donkey Kong
It's
was
the
my
final.
shit as a kid.
It's the final boss battle on the pirate ship against King K. Rool.
I never made it that far.
Yeah, I beat that game and like it fucking. I love like it starts out like this, right? And then in a second here it'll pick up.
Oh shit!
Damn.
I was like, you're such a wimp.
No.
No,
It picks
that's
up.
obviously like you've
Yeah.
gotten that 1/3 of the life
Yeah.
bar down, and now he's pissed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, see, I'm picturing the way I picture this battle going down is like me and like a dude fighting, or like starting the fight, right?
Yeah.
And then that's the beginning of the song, and then it picks up because his crew show up, and then my crew show up behind me, and then everything just fucking goes to hell.
Yes.
Yeah, that crash, that crescendo is the two groups. That build
Exactly.
is obviously the initial, like, you're dancing and then the others are coming out and watching. And
Right. And
Yeah.
I've always loved anything with fucking guitar. Like, that's my favorite instrument to listen to.
This reminds me of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Symphony, the one with the electric guitars.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah, from
yeah.
the movie.
Yes. Dude, that was so good.
Yeah, and then, yeah, the other, like, it just also brings back a lot of good memories, because me and my older brother played and beat this game, and, like, it was really neat, because I think it was the first time ever you beat a boss, you beat K. Rool, the credits start rolling, and he gets back up and fucking comes back to
Oh,
life.
fuck.
And you gotta beat him again.
Oh, shit.
It's
That
so
would
crazy.
piss me the hell off.
Yeah, like I had put my controller down the first time we ever did it. We both put our controller down and he killed us.
No.
We were on our last life.
No.
So we had to start back from this last save point. And like that's like 10 levels back, so you have to
Right.
remake it through. It was a nightmare, but like ever since then, anytime we beat a final boss, I still have the controller in my hands
Yeah.
just in case.
You wait.
Something similar happened to me and Nick, my older brother.
Mhm.
We played a lot of Mortal Kombat when we were kids. Mortal Kombat, Shaolin Monks. We were at 46% of that game, and we couldn't beat in the ring. We couldn't beat Goru for a while,
Right.
and so we set it down. We didn't play it for like 6 weeks. We come back to it, beat him, beat the next person, and then beat Shaolin.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that was it. The roll credits. All the rest of it was bonus shit, and we were like, "Son of a bitch!" We were pissed. But sticking with that theme, my ambient music is of the Asian persuasion.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
So this is your ambient track.
this is my ambient track. It's really beautiful. It's from World of Warcraft, Mists of Pandaria. This is
Okay.
the Golden Lotus theme.
This is what I imagine playing as Marigold's background music.
Similar, yeah.
This is kind of what inspired me to design when I was designing, is because you had played this for me, and so when you went to bed and I was designing your character's territory, I played that. I was like, that's the
Mar-
feel.
Marigold is George's D&D character.
Yes,
Yeah, she's a monk. But yeah, I remember Mists of Pandaria was the first I jumped in, but right before that came out as an expansion, and I weeped on that soundtrack. I remember flying through the Jade Forest on my Shadow Monk on my dragon the first time, and it was outstanding graphics. I just cried. It was so beautiful, and it's haunting, you know.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah,
It is. It's got a...
I have to say though, like any type of music that's like this, like the Asian kind of sound, I fucking love it, dude. There's just something about it.
It tingles.
Mhm.
It tingles.
Yeah, it's part of why I like anime, because I always had fucking shit like this.
Dude, okay, I love anime as well, and like I always watch the subtitled
Yeah, me
ones.
too.
Yeah, but the one thing I love about the dubs love the raps
No,
at
yeah,
the
you're
beginning.
right.
That's some good
You're right.
shit. Naruto raps?
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And fucking Dragon Ball Z's Rock the Dragon is probably my favorite fucking anime song, but it's only in the American version, I think.
Yeah.
So what's your just normal
Your
chilling?
ambient, quote
Well,
unquote.
Will, go ahead and tell us yours, because I'm still narrowing down.
Okay.
Picky pants over here.
Yeah, right. I have to remember which one it is. Hold on, I gotta listen because I can't remember which one exactly it is.
While you're looking, I'm just gonna look at this picture of an omelet on Instagram.
An
Hell
omelet?
yeah. I don't know, it
That's
just
an
popped up.
interesting-
It just popped up, but it looks real good. Oh fuck, that's not an omelet. That's a potato covered piece of meat.
Well, that's weird.
No, it looks good, man.
Okay, I found it.
Yeah, play it.
All right, let me turn my sound back up. So my ambient is Gerudo Valley from Legend of Zelda.
Oh, word, right on.
I fucking love this song. Again, with the guitar. Just, this beat is so dope.
What is it from?
It's from Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time.
Nice.
It's just fucking, like I said, the guitar.
Yeah,
Fucking
I
love
can
it.
see that, yeah.
Mhm.
It's got a nice pick to it.
Yeah. It's close between that and fucking, I had to decide. Because I was stuck between that or from Yoshi's Island, this song. I like them both a lot.
Yes.
So we can do 2 options?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I mean, I'm
didn't
going
get
to.
my
I'm splitting it.
second
You can.
Okay, then I will.
And that's just because I love Yoshi.
Yeah, Yoshi's fun though.
I fucking love Yoshi. Like, I always feel bad anytime I have to abandon him in Mario.
Yeah.
Or if
But-
he gets hit and runs off the edge. But,
Yeah,
like,
that's
that's
awesome.
partly his fault, too, because he's just a dipshit then.
Yeah, but
Like,
that
quit
game he
running.
really was. It really was. It was like, quit being an idiot. Why'd they program you to be an idiot?
So what's your second one, Georgia? Since I changed the
I'm
rules.
searching for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me grab it.
Well, I
You got
have my
yours?
2.
Okay.
Go
let's do
ahead.
it.
So mine's a toss up also between a track called "Carol of the Bells," the Joker's theme from the
Right.
Batman Arkham Origins soundtrack,
Right.
which is just one of my favorite versions of this song.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a great, rich choral musical score. It's
Ooh.
it's ominous and dark without being overbearing.
Right.
It's
That's giving me chills.
yeah,
Right.
and you
I
can
remember this song.
you can feel both Batman and Joker in it from the first.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
almost feel Alfred. That's how deep this is.
Yeah,
Right.
it's so perfectly.
Which Batman did you say this is from?
This is from the video game Batman
Wait a
Arkham
minute.
Origins.
This sounds so much like that one symphony that does all the Christmas
Oh,
music.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really does. It's still good though.
I do like it a lot.
So I want us to.
It did a really good job. Like, I remember that game. Like, it did a really good job setting the atmosphere.
Yeah. And for a prequel game that is now all but unacknowledged, I think it's the best in the series.
This is definitely a Christmas song.
It is. It's Carol of the Bells.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not very Christmassy, and I'm sitting here going, this is like 1,000% a Christmas song.
Yes.
I wonder if he knows.
Yes, it is. It's called Carol of the Bells, the Joker's theme. This is
Oh.
from the album for Batman Arkham Origins.
Sorry.
I said that several
Do you think it
times.
was about somebody named Carol and she was of the
Of the
bells?
bells?
Y'all know I don't do
My
Christmas.
name's Carol.
And I'm
Carol
of the Bells.
Shut up. It's like Brienne,
It's Brienne
of
of
Tarth.
Tarth's
Yeah.
sister.
Carol
We all
of the
say the
bells.
same
It's like
thing.
a hound situation. I am Brienne of Tarth. I'm Carol of the Bells.
Okay, now that's just mean. Poor Carol of the Bells.
Okay.
She's Southern
Carol is a
debutante.
man.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the opposite.
Obviously.
No.
He's a man who wants to be the lady.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
fucking Carol.
Brienne
of
always
the
wanted to be a
bells. So it's
sir.
the opposite.
Carol has always
She
wanted
is a sir
Oh.
now.
and has always wanted to be. Carol has obviously always wanted to be a lady.
Okay, that's fine. No, continue with your second piece.
My other pick is back to Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. And it's In This World or the one below. It's actually the goodbye to Blackbeard. it's the music that plays in the final chapter when Blackbeard is killed.
A spoiler alert.
And
For like a 10-year-old game.
13.
If people still say spoiler alert after Titanic or Sweeney Todd or other classics, I can say it about this.
Jesus.
So, I've just really loved the solemnity. The
Ooh, big word.
I know.
you can feel the
$10
intent
word.
behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really
and-
sweet.
I thought Will would appreciate the Spanish guitar.
Yeah, I fucking love Spanish guitar.
I was literally about to say that Spanish guitar is woo.
Yep, that's part of why I like the Gerudo Valley thing. It's got that
Yeah.
Spanish guitar.
Yeah.
Well, and then they throw in that mandolin and violin,
Yeah.
and it just, I mean, it makes just such a haunting.
Well, yeah.
And
You
again,
can
it's
definitely
like the
feel the
sea,
sorrow.
the sea fucking shanty type fucking
Yeah.
feel
It
too.
is.
What?
I fucking love those.
So I have the real world and then the fantasy music video image
Yeah.
for this piece, and it's our Brotherhood of Assassins again is the fantasy version, and it's us
I forgot to say that.
all decked
I forgot
out.
what
It's
mine
okay.
was. Yeah,
All
I'll get back
decked
to
out.
mine.
Will has no
Yeah, we got
imagination.
some.
No, I just forgot to get to it.
No,
So
you're
we're
so-
all decked out, and it's just
Is this
modern-
still
yeah.
in? Oh, really picked up the pace there.
Yeah. So I guess technically I have 3 because one's the ship again, and it's once you've escaped the chase, this is just the all right. Let's get to cruising speed.
This
Let's-
is like
Right.
we've mourned, but we have to keep going.
Yeah.
We lost some brothers. We gotta go.
Let's go get our
Go.
pirate on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
rape and pillage. Here we come.
Yeah.
I don't want to rape and pillage, but it's not my fault your island's there.
Right.
Right. But it never loses the somber. You
No.
never
No,
forget
yeah.
That
the
somber's
lessons
really
and the
good.
loss.
Right.
That never goes. That's why I love it. It just adds this layer of all right, but you still have to.
Yeah. See, mine's a lot less deep.
Yeah.
So
Mine were literally just, I'm
This
a
is what I
fucking
like
dork,
when I was a kid.
so I'm just picturing when I could walk down the sidewalk too.
Aw, you're so cute.
So just me walking to Yoshi's
So-
fucking island.
My other
So,
one is ready
well-
when you're done.
yeah, I'm almost done. So the image of us outside the ship is this is the one that would be the
You know what? You should,
hoods go up and we have to slip through crowds.
you should have played that in the background during the D&D campaign when we're all on the ship.
Why don't we play stuff
We,
like that
we should
in the
do that.
background?
Do it.
I'm
do
playing-
it.
We
I'm
used
waiting
to
to get
do
a
it way
speaker.
back when.
Gotcha.
I'm waiting to get a decent speaker.
Mm.
We could take the Google home. But
No, I don't want to take the Google
right.
home. We have to connect it to the internet. What about that? Never mind. It died.
Yeah, it's dead.
So what's your other one?
So my other one.
Oh, and then the real world is us in costume at Fanboy.
yeah.
Right.
Just literally, I can just picture all of us in our costumes with the hoods up, in
Nice.
character, in
Hell
mode,
Yeah.
just in that thousands of people, and you just see these hoods.
So
That'd be cool as shit.
And then we meet up,
that'd be dope as hell.
and then spread, and then...
My other ambient theme is a lot like me. So like I'm, two sides of the same coin kind of thing.
Right.
So while my other one was real somber and beautiful and poetic, this one's kind of just fun and goofy. It's the Goblin Brewfest song.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Also from World of Warcraft.
Yes. I love goblins. They're the best.
Man, I think that's the only race I never played on D&D for some reason. Or D&D. On fucking World of Warcraft
I
for some
like
reason.
goblins
I only
and
ever
undead.
played a goblin. I only ever played for 6 months, and I had one character, and it was a goblin.
Well, I actually only played Horde. Now that I think about
Yeah,
it, I
for the
never played Alliance.
Alliance is piss poor.
Fucking, yeah.
Well,
I think my
per the restrictions on my first point, I never played Alliance either.
yeah. Fucking, I was always for the Horde for sure.
Yeah, I
They
really
seem
like.
cooler.
I really
Yeah.
like this because it's festivally
I was always
and
a
it's
Tauren.
crazy and goblin.
Not
Plus,
always,
I
but
was
a
like,
Tauren
if I'm
quite
gonna,
often.
if the whole point is that I'm gonna run around and destroy and kill things, then I'm
Exactly.
gonna be evil.
Right, yeah. I
Horde
was,
isn't evil.
Well, but you know
We're-
what I mean.
Yeah, we're just
I was,
you know.
my first character was a Tauren hunter,
Hell yeah.
and I had a wolf for a long time.
Nice.
Longer than I needed to, but I
But
got
wolves
attached
are
to
cool,
it.
Yeah.
And I named her Gabby.
I'm glad to hear I'm not the
Aw.
only one who gets connected to the animal
Dude,
companions
I
in
was
MMOs.
That's
really
why I
connected.
had to stop playing
I was
Hunter.
a jewel crafter, and I
DC
jeweled.
Online gives you the option
Oh,
to
yeah.
get pets,
Yeah.
and I get unnecessarily attached to
No,
MCU. So.
yeah, I did too.
I
back
jewel
when I played
crafted
that.
myself a jeweled purple, or no, it was a blue. It was only purple because of my shadow morph. But it was a sapphire panther, and
Oh, that's cool.
It could fly too, and I was real attached to it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was dope as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so for us all together, this would be our theme song.
Oh shit!
Yo! Hell yeah! Audience, if you can't see that, we are all nodding our head.
See, I had a different group theme.
Come on! How are we not this?
Because we're not all fighting each other.
Well, it's either that or Space Jam, and we already acapella Space Jam.
Fucking Space Jam.
I know. I love Space Jam so much. Did they ever make a video game out of it? Yes, they did. They did make a video game out of Space Jam. I
Somehow
remember.
I never played that.
I did.
This
can only
is what
remember
I
one
imagine our theme song is as a group.
part. I remember trying to collect Michael Jordan's shoes. What the fuck is this?
This is Sonic the
Are you
Hedgehog.
serious?
I didn't play with sound, man. Our TV was so old.
Green
That's
Hill
a shame.
Zone.
Because
Yeah.
like, Sonic had great fucking music.
I
Yeah,
never
dude.
played it with sound.
This
It's
is-
so weird.
This is their start music, ambient music, and this is I love this music.
Oh, you know what's... You know what game has an amazing soundtrack? The Herbs, Sims in the City.
I never played. I played
I
The Sims 3.
Fucking love the
That's
Herbs.
the only one I ever played.
It has the Black Eyed Peas in it.
What was
Really?
the one?
Yeah.
It was the what they call the expansion that let you do magic and stuff.
Nightlife, Sims 2 Nightlife.
I remember they had added vampires, and I created a character, and within 13 minutes of creating the character, it had been bitten and killed by a vampire. And so I
Nice.
created a new character, and that one got mauled by a werewolf the first time it went outside.
I remember
I was like, all right, I'm done. This is bullshit.
I was excited when Nightlife came on, but the worst thing happened was my neighbors were vampires because I wanted one of mine to get bit. And yeah, exactly. And so the vampire comes while my person's sleeping, and I'm desperately trying to wake her up. But you know, it takes so long to cancel that motive to
Right.
get out of bed. So while he's waiting outside, because he rings my doorbell, because you know they're introducing each other. That's how normal people do. And so then he fucking steals my garden gnome and leaves. That son of a bitch.
Wow, what a dick.
So the worst thing that's ever been happened though is a guest came into my house while my person was taking a shower. They stole my fucking hamster. Normally they only steal your like newspaper and shit. But he stole my hamster. And this is in The Sims 3. So what I did to get him back was I married him so I could get control of his inventory, took my hamster out of his inventory, and then like killed him. I set him on fire because fuck that bitch. That was my hamster.
Yeah, I always just put people in pools and then remove the ladder.
No, dude, Sims 3, they can
That was
hop
something,
out.
man.
Yeah, they can climb off the wall.
Yeah,
and
so what you
something.
do is you put them in a room with a fireplace and tons of easels and a rug.
Yeah.
And no windows or doors.
Oh.
Yeah.
Solitary confinement kind of
Yeah,
thing.
and they just start painting. They pee themselves and they sleep in their pee and they go back to painting and then all of a sudden it all catches fire.
So what
And they're a red ghost.
You know how I always did it?
Huh.
I built a 2x2 room with a door, and then I made them go sit in the room. I put a chair in the room,
Nice.
and then I deleted the door.
So one time I
They
did that.
just die.
I've watched a sim do that, and it got to the point where they were going crazy from social before anything else, and they
Yep.
started seeing this person in a bunny suit,
Yep.
and the person in the bunny suit made a little portal for them to get out.
What?
What?
Yeah, it was in an expansion one, but I could not. I think it was Seasons.
That's crazy.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
the worst thing ever
The
because they were
Easter
so.
Bunny comes.
Yeah, they were so close to death, and I was like, "You bitch," because I do that thing where I'd make a teenager.
Yeah, because you can
So I
do...
could just have the teenager and no parent. I
Right.
killed the parent.
Right.
Yeah, the Seasons one, Santa and the Easter Bunny and someone else would come.
You could be a plant person.
Yeah, that was weird.
I liked the plant people, except you couldn't procreate.
Really?
Yeah, you can have plant babies.
Alrighty, so We're going to take the last 5 minutes here. We're each going to spend time thinking. Georgia probably already has one on her mind. And we're going to do bad movie descriptions. We're going to try and guess the movie that the two of us are going to work together at a time to try and guess the movie the other person is describing poorly.
Ooh.
Do you have a movie description prepared?
No, but I could do one real quick because I have vast knowledge of movies.
All right, start us off. Kind of give us an example.
All right.
You ready, Will? You ready to
Yep,
guess?
let's do it.
Alrighty. Social outcast is just desperate for privacy, or so he thinks. Makes an unlikely friend who tries to bulldoze down his walls. In his quest for privacy and to be left alone by a popular figure, is set to help popular figure complete a task. And popular figure, also known as like an evil person, or they're the antagonists. That's what I'm thinking of. Antagonist. Loner.
Dinner for Schmucks.
Loner falls in love with popular person's love interest.
Walk to Remember.
No. And then Loner decides, Loner...
That Hillary Duff Cinderella movie.
No! Loner decides, you know what? Fuck it. I'm never going to do anything for myself. None of this ever goes right. Goes back to try and be lonely. Realizes he doesn't like being lonely. Goes back to accept him when his friends and the love of his life.
I don't know.
I got nothing.
Really? No guesses?
Yeah,
No.
that's probably something I've
Dude,
never seen.
it's fucking Shrek.
What?
It's Shrek.
How is... What?
Shrek is a loner. Meets an unlikely friend who bulldozes his walls, Donkey. Popular person is King Farquaad. Goes on a quest for him to get Fiona. Falls in love with Fiona, his love interest. And then fucks everything up and decides he wants to be alone. Kicks everybody out of his swamp. Then realizes that he doesn't want to be lonely and he loves her. Goes back and marries her. Swish. Shrek. It's Shrek.
Interesting. See, I thought it was going to be X-Men at first
Interesting.
I could see that.
with
I could
Rogue
see-
and Wolverine.
Yeah, I could see
Yeah.
how you
That's
got
what
there.
I thought you were going to do at first.
Oh, that would have been great.
And then that's
Classic
all I could
Georgia.
I couldn't get out of my head after that.
Nice.
Yeah,
Classic Georgia.
I got stuck on, like, Dinner for Schmucks in that whole run, and I was like, I don't know.
Why don't one of y'all try? Or do
All
you
right,
want me to
so I
do
got
it?
one.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright, so... Let me...
You looked up a movie.
I just had to refresh the memory.
Okay.
A guy has a rough morning, and his best friend shows up and tells him they're going on vacation, but he doesn't want to, and he spends the whole trip complaining.
Weekend with Bernie's.
And he
Weekend
meets
at
this
Bernie's.
guy who stole his girlfriend, and they have to go on vacation together, and they can't ever go home again, and now they're stuck together, except that this guy holds the secret to getting home, and he complains about that too.
A lad? No, never mind. Our Idiot Brother.
Nope.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yep.
Yes!
That's
Good
it.
one.
that
That
was
was
a good
good.
one.
Yeah, vacation, but he holds. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I had
right.
to think about that.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Good one.
Hmm.
The vacation threw me off.
Yeah, me too at first. I was like,
Every other
This
character in that
could
movie
be-
treats it as if it's a vacation.
right.
And only
It's so
Arthur
true.
Dent and I understand that this is literally the loss of my planet.
Dude,
Right.
no, yeah. Hobbits don't like unexpected
Unexpected
things.
journeys.
Yeah, the thing that I think gave it away was when you said they can't go back, and I was like, what movie can they not come back from a vacation?
Yeah, I didn't think about that part.
And I was like, oh, Hitchhiker's Guide.
Alrighty, Will, your
I fucking
turn.
love that movie. I wish they would have done more.
I know. I wish they would have
It just didn't
It's
make money,
expanded
I
the
guess.
series.
Yeah, well, everything good.
Well, and they
gets
crammed
canceled.
the first and the fifth book
Mhm.
together.
Yeah, which was.
I get it because those are the only two books that summate a story.
Yeah.
Or that is one of the sets of summated stories about Arthur. The
Mhm.
other three books are individual stories about his explorations in between.
Right.
So if you're gonna cut all the exploration in between, it makes sense
Mm-hmm.
to do it that way.
I've got another good one.
But I think they could have explored the other books since they crammed the first and fifth book together and then left the exploration of the second book, which is Restaurant at the End of the Universe, open.
Right.
So, anyway, that's mine. I love that movie. Will loves that movie. We talked about it.
Georgia loves that movie.
Georgia
too.
loves that movie too. Will, what's your movie plot?
Okay, so this guy gets a crush on a girl he just met.
Field of Dreams.
No.
I've never even seen that movie.
Me either.
The
Field of Glory.
No.
Glory Hole.
Glory Hole,
Whoa.
that's right.
Whoa.
How did you get it so fast?
I just knew it would be your movie.
But he falls in love with this girl he just met, and she seemingly goes out of his life forever.
Serendipity.
No. And he notices that she left something behind, so he's like, well, I guess I gotta get this
Cinderella.
to her. No.
No,
So
dude.
I gotta get this back to her somehow. And
Lake House.
No.
No.
The mailbox.
Mm-mm.
No, that's part of
So
Lake House.
he gets the help of his best friend, and they figure out that her name is on the object. So they try to track her down just by using her name and
Oh,
hijinks and
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
No.
Oh, because the name on the computer.
Yeah. that's not the-
Catfish.
No. And they go across country, and they
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
No.
the item that the lady left
Oh, what is
behind
it?
is somehow
Seeking Amy.
No, is somehow wanted by a bunch of different people.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
No,
Wayne's
Interstate
World.
60.
no. What?
No, you haven't seen that movie.
You're on the right path, Jared. I'll give you that.
Wayne's
It's
World?
something like that kind of movie.
Oh, shit, I won't know it.
Chasing Amy is the
I
name
love
of it.
you.
Yeah, but that's not the one.
I love you, Beth Cooper.
Nope. And eventually they get to where that guy's crush is, and his best friend then falls in love with the crush too.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so they both basically the movie takes a
Dumb
turn.
and Dumber.
Yeah, it's Dumb and Dumber.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never
Yes,
seen
it was that the other one falls in, and I was like, yeah, because Jim Carrey loves her, and that's why, or the other one loves her.
Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels loves her first.
Well, nope, other way around. Jim
That's right.
Carrey
Jim
first.
Carrey loves her first, and Jeff Daniels says, "Well, let's go get her, pal." And then they meet her finally,
Yeah,
and Jeff Daniels is like, "Well, damn."
yeah.
I've never
you
seen
need
it.
to see that movie. You
I've
would
only
find it
seen
hilarious.
the prequel B-rated version.
Yeah, so that movie's terrible.
Yeah.
And the Dumb and Dumber, the original one, is fucking hilarious. Like,
What about
and
that new one?
it's
they
basically like Jim Carrey fucking, like I said, falls in love with this lady, like love at first sight, and she leaves. He's like a limo driver, and he's driving her to the airport,
did? Okay.
Yeah,
and
she like
she
leaves
leaves
her.
a suitcase because it's
Oh.
she left a suitcase sitting in the airport because her husband was held hostage, and that was the ransom money.
Oh,
And
shit.
his dipshit ass picked it up,
You
trying to give it back to
idiot.
her. So it has like it's like a briefcase full of like $1 million or some
Oh, my
shit.
God.
Right,
So then the
hilarity
mafia
ensued.
people like try to fucking track him down.
And the
whole
worst thing
time.
is, like, she's married.
Yeah, and like the whole
Yeah.
movie, he thinks he's broke. He doesn't know if there's money in the suitcase.
Oh, my God.
And like they sell their dead bird to a blind kid to find
Yeah,
out
that was amazing.
across
The
country.
fuck?
And they have a fucking van because Jeff Daniels' character was it Jeff Daniels? Yeah, Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought I was worried I was confusing him and Jeff Bridges and sound like an
No.
idiot.
No, yeah, it's Jeff,
Yeah.
Jeff Daniels.
Fucking, he has a fucking dog grooming business.
Yeah.
And he has a van that's shaped like a goddamn dog, and it's so funny.
I've seen little pieces of that.
It's such a funny movie.
I don't like Jim Carrey that much. Like, I respect him as an actor and as a comedian. It's not for me. He's
Yeah.
not my taste.
Yeah.
I thought he was fantastic as Andy Kaufman. I
Oh,
thought that
yeah.
was a perfect
Man in the
role for
Moon,
him.
yeah.
I thought Man in the Moon was really where that was. As far as I've seen his works, that was one of his pinnacles. I'd like to see his new show that's on HBO or Showtime. Which one
What
is
is it? Is it a stand-up show?
No, it's
He's got a show?
Yeah, it's called Just Kidding.
I don't think it's HBO then.
I think it's
You know what's great?
Showtime.
A great movie that I saw that has Jeff Daniels in it?
What?
Blood Work.
Oh, that is.
He
a
was
good one.
the bad guy in it. Aw, shit, spoiler alert. From a movie from 17 years ago. But still.
1994.
No, 2002.
Was it that late?
Yeah.
Wow.
Directed by Clint Eastwood.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, that
That
movie,
explains a lot
that
about that
twist, whew, where Jeff Daniels is at the end and he's like, surprise, bitch. It was good.
Yeah, it's always weird to me because he's normally like a more serious actor, but then you see him in Dumb and Dumber and he can,
And you're
he
like,
can do
wow.
comedy. Like,
Yeah,
Dude,
he's
yeah.
got really good timing.
Have you seen him in RV, Runaway
Yeah,
Vacation?
yeah,
He
yeah.
was great.
Hmm.
He plays like a hillbilly.
Interesting. Isn't that
It's
the Robin
hilarious.
Williams family
Yeah.
comedy?
Mm-hmm.
I love Robin Williams.
Well, that was a fun discussion about movies and video games. We got some music. We got some really, really bad synopses.
Yeah.
I think it's time we
Toast it up.
toast it up and head on out. We'll get a word from our sponsors and see you there.
Peace.
Bye. All right. This is Uncle Jeffrey. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
You came into the basement late at night. I couldn't even put up a fight. Why, Uncle Jeffrey? Why? I was only 3. Why? Into the butt. Out of the butt. Uncle Jeffrey, why?
Gross.
And now for our segment, Fucked Up Fanfic. Today's reader is Zach with a great tale.
This is The Works of Balzo, A Little Dies Every Time by Corman on LiveJournal. Here's Balzo's other story, a multi-chapter DuckTales epic showcasing Scrooge McDuck's cocaine addiction and transsexual longings, just like in the Carl Banks comics. Chapter 1, Blood, Spat, and Gaia. Scrooge's nose was bleeding. A stream of red covered over his orange bill like a bow wrapping an orange gift of disappointment. Uncle Scrooge has been doing the cocaine again, and again, and again. He has all this money in the world, but is not happy. Mr. McDuck, you're bleeding again, said Mrs. Beakley. Don't you look at me, you fat duck shit, retorted Scrooge. I need to do another semen test. You're not gonna prick my little duck again. God damn it, little duck tail again. Damn it. Ugh, said Scrooge, falling down. The cocaine had made him weary. Scrooge passed out and hit his head on the corner of his naked female duck-shaped gold table.
Oh my god.
Blood spat out of his head and nose like a train spouting steam. This was Mrs. Beakley's chance to get the semen she needed for the monthly testing.
What?
What the fuck? Scrooge was old, beyond old. He had himself tested regularly to keep him in pristine shape, for he was 184 years, in duck years. One of the tests was for his vitality involved his semen. He wanted an heir to his fortune, and he doesn't want to give his money to his good-for-nothing biker gang nephews.
Oh my god.
Scrooge,
How did he get into a biker gang?
I don't know.
Those
Huey, Dewey,
nephews-
and Louie. What,
They're the ones supplying him the cocaine.
Right.
What went wrong?
Scrooge McDuck started doing cocaine.
Apparently.
Scrooge hated Donald Duck and never wanted to take care of his snot-nosed kids, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Donald went off to Guadalajara to get the sex change operation.
What?
Scrooge told him not to do it and hated the fact that he did do it, but secretly, Scrooge was jealous because he wanted the operation for himself.
Whoa.
Scrooge loved women's clothes and the fact that once a month women go through their special cycle that keeps them close to the ebb and flow of the ocean and moons.
What?
That mysterious ritual that connects the women of Earth connected with the woman of the Earth, Gaia. Secretly, Scrooge wanted to share in the sacrificial ceremony of giving blood to Gaia through the bleeding of the cooch. Also, cooch is spelled with a K.
I know.
But alas, he couldn't do it. But his way of bleeding was bleeding of the nose. That's why he did cocaine. So he could bleed like the women of this earth and of all earths.
What in the hell?
Chapter 2, My Kraken and My Magica Dust. Oh, Jesus God. Scrooge awoke to see the stroking of his duck penis by Mrs. Beakley. She didn't like the job because Scrooge rarely bathes down there. And plus, she's a lesbian.
What? Also,
Why you be waking at my kraken, old banshee ho bitch? Mr. Scrooge, calm down. How else are you going to artificially sperminate Magica Dispel for your only chance for your son? Said Miss Beakley, comma, strokingly.
How do you say something strokingly?
I don't know.
What the hell?
It's true. Long-term rival enemy Magica Dispel was indeed Scrooge's wife. Oh, come on. Scrooge loved Magica. He loved her jet black hair, her long wispy eyelashes, her sex-up lips, and her ability to make the magic dust. That's cocaine, in parentheses.
just in case.
Just in case you didn't catch that.
Magica was hardly around, though. She liked the discotheques and shaven young men ducks.
Whoa.
So the routine was always make the magic dust for Scrooge, then go off with the lovers. Scrooge was fine with this, though. Although he loved her, he knew she was a wild duck at heart, in which could not be tamed. But while she was off party dancing, he was doing the coke and tying on her dresses. That kept him alive. What also will keep him alive in spirit will be his semen in her womb, thus making a baby.
Just in case you've missed it.
Miss Beakley finished ringing the knob. God damn! And got what she needed. Scrooge was exhausted and in pain in both heads.
Oh my god.
Webby Gal came running in. Uncle Scrooge, come quick, Huey, Dewey, and Louie beating up Gyro, and I think there might be a rape.
What?
Chapter 3. Oh my god, this is only 2 chapters. Chapter 3, Webigal, the snitch. Webigal was always a snitch. Growing up, she was always a bitch to everyone. She always resented her mother, Miss Beakley, or as Webby liked to call her, Miss Lesbian Bitchley.
Creative.
Even now, at 24, Webby was still a snitchy bitch. And now she snitched on they boys. They boys! It says they boys. Those boys were no good, though. They were a bunch of gay thugs that like beating up bums and weak men ducks and then have sex with them.
What?
These boys were bad, but looking at their father, it's not that hard to see why they're dysfunctional. It starts with the family unit.
Wow.
Yeah, we weren't wrong. This is getting really offensive real quick.
Wow.
Chapter 4, The Pain, comma, why? What the fuck are ye bastards doing, yelled Scrooge. Slag off, old McFart, snarled Louie. These boys were ready for raping, all right.
What?
Oh, we're ready to go.
Wow.
There's a reason those ducks don't wear pants. As they were about to plunge into Gyro, he yelped, "Help me, Gizmo Duck!" What Gyro didn't know was that Gizmo wasn't around anymore. He went to jail for molesting a duckling.
What the fuck?
So Gyro was screaming for the help of a molester. Pitiful.
Damn.
Scrooge knew this and wept on the inside. He thought to himself, where has this world come to? What pain and suffering. There's so many comma whys. Comma why. Chapter 5, The Calmness and the Gyrating. The Calmness and the Gyrating. A calmness struck Scrooge as he saw the boy strip Gyro of his down feathers.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He did
Here we
nothing
go.
but stand there. He couldn't do anything. He was helpless, and he knew it. He knew he should just stop cheating death and just die. Scrooge started to cry. Gyro started to cry because he saw Scrooge standing there while the boys were gyrating all over Gyro. All of a sudden, see, even he got it right.
Okay.
All
I would
of
argue
a
that he's
sudden,
wrong.
out of nowhere, Magica appeared riding a horse made out of cherries.
What?
Vous want a piece of dis, pussies? Snarled Magica. From her fingertips came a lightning bolts in soda cans that struck each
What?
boy on the rump kiss. The boys, one by one, instantly turned into Hershey's Kisses. Gyro stood and ate them up.
What?
Give me back my dignity, you crumbums, snarled Gyro.
What?
Scrooge remained standing there, numb like a statue. Magica came up to him and smiled and pointed to her stomach. I saw vam how vous say, or I vam how vous say, knocked up, snarled Magica. Since then began to laugh. Oh, she then began to laugh. Scrooge began to laugh. Even Gyro began to laugh. Then he coughed and threw up blood. The end.
What?
Ellipses.
That's the end?
That's
That's
it.
the end.
All right, that was.
Just in case you didn't know, that's Gyro. You know.
And we're back for the toast of the day. Thanks for joining us through the episode and having such a good time. I'm Jared. We're gonna have a toast of the day today. I'd like to toast to the fabulous vigilantes against capitalism a couple of weeks ago.
Down with the man.
Down with the man. These guys stole over $400,000 worth of luxury tires
Hell
off of
yeah.
cars at a dealership in Louisiana. They did it overnight in under 20 minutes.
Fuck, these guys are good.
They left every car in that dealership without tires on cinder blocks.
I don't think I could even.
That's
take
a lot of
tire
cinder
off.
blocks, first off.
Yeah, would
The
you
investment
lose
in
more
cinder
money?
blocks. No, probably not.
What if they work at a construction site? Then they're already.
Or they just stole them from a construction
Yeah,
site.
like-
Yeah, they're already stealing
They
tires.
knocked down a building.
Why?
Yeah, I'm not sure why you're
What
worried
if
about
they
where
took
they
the
They
got-
destroyed the fucking dealership.
What if they took? Yeah, they took cinder blocks from the dealership. That's exactly what I was
Can
thinking.
you imagine being the owner of the dealership and coming back to your building destroyed and all
I
your
hope-
cars,
all
on
your
cinder
cars not
blocks
having
I
from
tires.
said building?
I hope it was a BMW dealership.
I believe it. I forget what it was, but it was like an Audi or something like that. It was not BMW.
I know, but
It would have been nice.
yeah, it would have been nice.
Anyway, so I'd like to toast those heroes today.
All right.
In the stand against capitalism, it takes all sorts of people. Crime is only a crime if the guy in charge says it is. So, to the heroes who stood up to justice.
Cheers.